What's happening, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more Pet Shop Boys, and we're back with another B-side or bonus tune. And indeed, this one is listed as coming from Discography, the complete singles collection. So it wasn't listed as being a specific B-side, so maybe this was just a non-album single that came from elsewhere. I await Seb and other people's comments. Nevertheless, it's called Was It Worth It? It's a sharp question. It's the kind of thing that is often asked with attitude. It's the kind of thing that is often asked with an implication that maybe it wasn't, that maybe whatever negative consequences have accrued, have outweighed whatever the impetus or motivation for the action or behavior in question. So yeah, I wonder whether there's that turn to the phrase, or whether indeed it might be used in multiple senses. There's been times where, you know, a particular phrase, often a common aspect of regular speech, ends up having meaning in different ways across the course of a tune. But as I said, it's the kind of question that you ask when, like, oh, was it worth it? Like, I hope that, you know, whatever you gain from it, or whatever spite you felt when you initiated this, all these cascading consequences, I hope you feel they're worth it, because, you know, otherwise you were illogical from the start. So it feels like judgment, the question. So let's see if I'm right, and let's see what I can pick up on a first listen. This is Pet Shop Boys. The tune is Was It Worth It? And it's from the 1990, I'm guessing, compilation. Let me see if I have the... oh no, 91. I'm wrong. Sorry. So again, the album Behaviour, which we're sort of going through tunes related to that, or at least from the same time period, that's 1990, but this is 91. And as I said, it comes from Discography, the complete singles collection, I think. I can't see like the full, yeah, it won't show me the full title. Nevertheless, let's hear it. This is Was It Worth It by the Pet Shop Boys.
But I do know that I was dancing without you. Then you smiled, and I was lost. You fall in love, why count the cost? All I gave to you, all they make me do. I react when I hear people ask, was it worth it? Yes, it's worth living for. Was it worth it? Yes, it's worth giving for. If I'd had my way, this would have happened much sooner. But until that day, it was only a rumor. All at once, you changed my life and led me into paradise. What I had to do, what I want to do, I react when I hear people ask, was it worth it? Yes, it's worth living for. Was it worth it? Yes, it's worth giving for. I reserve the right to live my life this way. I don't give a damn when I hear people say I'll pay the price that others pay. 'Cause it's worth it. Yes, it's worth living for. 'Cause it's worth it. Yes, it's worth living for.
We got those orchestra hits as a real
All I gave to you, all you
electricity
made
to that
me do.
section.
I react when I hear people ask, was it worth it? Yes, it's worth living for. Was it worth
forgiving, acidic. I thought that might be the end. I was going to compliment it, but we're not done. It's clearly like a tradition. I feel like I've listened to a number of different artists, 80s and 90s in particular, maybe even more so 80s, where a song will get to a point where it seems like it's ending, and then it'll actually carry on, and then very quickly after that fade out or end properly. It seems like that type of coda on the end of a track was something that was, very much a notable feature of production, like during those years. Because again, whether it's like, I'm thinking of a Smiths tune, the name and the moment eluding me, but I feel like maybe a Human League tune. But there's been others where, like, again, it's like, oh, is it ending? Oh no, it's not ending. Oh, it is ending. Like, what the heck? So yeah, it's like a cheeky bit of composition, it felt like, at the end. Ultimately, I feel like what I caught, and saying that yes, it very much was worth it. It was worth living for. It was worth giving for, maybe. But I feel like maybe the narrator is the third party that came in and had an affair with someone who was in a relationship, and it's like, it sounds like they were essentially saying, I can't help myself sometimes, I see something I want maybe, and it happens, and then it's like maybe they're asking the other person, well, you did something that's perhaps outside what you should have done, like, was it worth it? Like, was being with me worth it? But again, like, I only caught like glimpses of what sounded like that would be a reasonable interpretation, and there's other lines that I wasn't hearing clearly, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's terribly different from that. But ultimately it sounded like the behavior, or maybe the indiscretion, was a hookup. It was a physical connection, maybe outside of formal relationship. So let me know if I'm wrong about that. But either way, like a lot of classic stylings, it did seem to have kind of like two faces. Part of it felt more like, I guess, a Neil type of tune with his dreamy vocals and a kind of the synth bass and that real synth pop feel. But there were a couple moments, one in that interlude and then toward the end, or the false end, I suppose, where there was that kind of acid snarl. I don't know if it was actually a 303, but it had that bubbly, gurgly kind of sound to it with, a bit of electricity, so it had an acid-like sound. And there was those early 90s sort of, dance floor keyboards that I've talked about, and people have said, that's kind of Chris's, he was very much conversant in that musical language. So, yeah, it felt like there was a couple moments where it shifted a little toward the Chris style, but most of the tune gave me, again, given what people have said, like more of a Neil Pet Shop Boys tune. In any case, Luca sleeps on, oblivious to my ramblings. Do let me know what you think of the tune. Once again, shout out to Seb for sharing all the material, for providing the metadata, for just chiming in, letting us know, in some cases information for me, in other cases just, opinions about the different tracks, as well as all the folks who've commented on PSB, Izzy, Mark, and many others. So, big shout out to you. Let me know what you think of this one. I will see you next time. Peace.